welcome to HR Tuesday Tips with the Millers, and I'm Lori Miller and this is Janine Brown Miller, and today we're going to be talking about how we can leverage technology when it comes to the overtime compliance issue that's going to be impacting all the businesses this December. So Janine, what can companies do to leverage technology to help them with managing this change that's going to be forthcoming?
Well, the last series of videos, if you've been able to watch those, we talked about how progressively you can move to appropriate implementation of this regulation, and technology plays a huge role. So in order to leverage it, I talked a lot about the record keeping. That's going to be a key to this law and to compliance. So I just want to draw their attention to using better software. Since there's going to be a significant change from those exempt employees going to non-exempt, they're going to have to relearn how to really handle technology. So there's a couple things. In order to minimize the risk of liability for people working off the clock when you don't want them to, because remember, if you've watched those videos, all of that time is compensable. You're going to need to think about a few things. And if there's software out there now where you can actually have it on the phones, so that you can have an app that people can go right on and check in and off when you've asked them to work. There's also pop-up features that will remind them that if they sign on to the work computer, it's going to say, were you authorized to work? Did you get the authorization for overtime? Because if not, you're going to guide them to close down, because again, you don't want to pay them for that time unless you tell them to work during that time. This involves, again, writing your policies that we talked about. Make sure it's very clear as to what you expect for them. Provide the training we've talked about in the past. And just remember that the record keeping with timekeeping specifically for every really minute they work is what you're trying to look for when you're looking for software. So I do have clients that have changed over. It's very easy. They've actually developed policies where they're going to text an employee and say, urgent. That gives them a cue to go on, and they're online, and they're willing to pay them for that time they work. And then there's also the safest way, and that is simply to eliminate their access to technology. And some people are doing that just to play it safe.
Okay.
So think about that. Start researching the technology options.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to have the technology work for you, and whatever you decide that's going to work best for your organization and for your people, make sure you put together some type of communication or training plan so people know how to do that. So once the decision is made, put together that next step, and I guarantee you'll have no issues, hopefully, for moving forward once this actually goes into place. So thank you so much for joining us today. Sit back, relax. We got this.